So, welcome to our online question and answer session for sport and travel. My name's Nancy Wall, I'm the course leader for sport and travel. Let me introduce you to the team. In travel and tourism, we have Marie Headley, giving us a wave, and Julie Vickerman. And for sport and leisure, we have Joe Cook and Paul Carroll. Okay, so we have already had a list of questions sent in from around the area of people who want to know a little bit more about sport and leisure. So if we go to Sarah from Beedale, first of all. Marie, this is a question for you. Sarah wants to know, what's the difference between the single and the double travel and tourism course?
Hi Sarah, when you come to college you'll be given 3 options of subjects. If you do the single, that's 1 A level and it's one of your options. If you do the double travel course, that costs, that's 2 of your options in college. You would only choose 1 more A level. The double gives you 2 A levels at the end of 2 years, the single gives you 1.
Joe, is that the same on sport?
Yeah, exactly the same. So the single is classed as 1 A level, exactly the same as Marie said. And the double, exactly the same as Marie said, is the equivalent of 2 A levels.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I've got Beth from Teesdale. She wants to know about class size in sport and leisure. How many are in the class, Paul?
Usually the class sizes are around about 16 people, 60% male students, 40% female students.
Okay, and Julie, what about in travel and tourism? Can you tell us about class size there?
Class sizes in travel are about 16. We do tend to have slightly less in the double than we do in the single. The mix is 70-30, so that's 70% girls, 30% boys.
Okay, so Andrew Joe wants to know a little bit about the types of assessment that we actually do on sport and leisure. I think
hi, Andrew.
Sorry, Joe. Andrew's already done PE.
Right, GCSE PE.
Yeah.
So looking at the 2 courses, the single is 66% coursework and the double is 100% coursework. So a little bit different in how they're assessed. In terms of how we do those assessments, some of those are written work, but some of it's presentations, some of it's discussions. We do things like poster presentations. There's things like coaching assessments in there. We'll do witness statements if they're doing things in class. So it's not all sort of written coursework. We try and mix it up and get as practical as we can.
Okay, Andrew's second question was, does he have to be playing sport outside of college to be able to do sport and leisure?
No, so that's where our course differs a little bit. It's like GCSE PE, you're assessed practically in a number of sports. For sport and leisure, we don't assess our students practically. Where they do get assessed is them coaching somebody else. So they don't have to be playing sport necessarily outside of college. It's more about how they can coach that sport to someone else.
So it's not based on sporting ability, it's more on their coaching ability, which is fantastic. Marie, do you want to tell us a bit about the assessment types on travel and tourism, please?
Yeah, it's very similar to the sport course, but we are 100% coursework. We try not to do too much written work because that becomes too boring for the students and for us, so we have to mark it. So we do have role plays, we have presentations, we do a lot of group work, and we try to be as practical as possible. Don't worry, we do give you lots of practice. We won't make you stand up in front of the board week 2 and do a full presentation. So you will get plenty of time to practice, and you do learn to trust us that we'll not let you fail.
Julie, so I've got Sabrina on here from Bishop Auckland. She's asking a question about resubmission. Are you allowed to submit a piece of coursework more than once?
Sabrina, you are. So the rules allow us to let you to resubmit the work. So that really does work in your favour. You submit the work and then we just have a very short turnaround time and we give the work back to you with comments. Often the comments are online, so it's actually right next to the particular problem that you had. We're able to give you feedback on that. So students do say the feedback really helps them to get the top results.
And in terms of sport and leisure, that's exactly the same, whether it's a practical or a theory-based piece of work. We give you feedback on every single piece of work we do. That enables you to improve that piece of work, and by the end of it, hopefully you should have improved your grade. Okay, I've got a question about UCAS from James in Richmond, Joe. Does sport and leisure get UCAS points?
Yeah, so in terms of the qualifications that we deliver, they work exactly the same as the A level for the UCAS tariffs. So a distinction star with us is exactly the same level of points as an A star at A level. So I think it's 56 points for a distinction star. So in terms of the weighting, in terms of how they're looked at, it's exactly the same as doing an A level.
And Marie, is that the same in travel?
Exactly the same in travel. The distinction star is equivalent to an A star UCAS tariff points.
And in terms of going to universities, just adding in there, our students go on to do a wide range of topics, not necessarily just travel or sport. We've got lots of students who've gone on to teaching, marketing, business studies, pharmaceuticals. We've got one sports student who's now a practicing GP. So this is a stepping stone to your future. Don't let it put you off. It's just one way to access universities, employment or apprenticeships. Extra opportunities is another question. Paul, we've got a poll actually from Crook. They've read something about the high sports leaders and want a little bit more information about it.
Right, hi Paul. What I can tell you about that is that as part of our course, you have the opportunity to do the High Sports Leader Award. This gains you some extra UCAS points, but also gains you a massive amount of employability skills, gaining you experience working with community groups through sport, leading and planning activities. But there's more details on that on the college website.
Yeah, really useful qualification to have for students and for employability skills, as you said. Marie, I've got Sarah. She's from Darlington and she wants to be a member of cabin crew eventually in her career and understands we offer that. Can you give Sarah a few more details about the cabin crew qualification?
Hi Sarah, yes we do the level 2 cabin crew qualification, which gives you an insight into what cabin crew will do. It's a very practical course where you'll do all of the practical activities that cabin crew do. So you'll do an evacuation, you'll do the trolley service, and it really gives you an insight into all of the work that they do, more than people realise that cabin crew have to do. Again, it's a level 2 qualification. It's a nice short course that you can do in college, builds your confidence and it'll increase your interest in the job that you want to do.
So is it the sort of course that Sarah will just add onto her main programme, Marie?
Yeah, it's an enrichment qualification where you'll sign up at Freshers' Fair and it's just an extra hour a week where you'll be able to join the course.
So Joe, in terms of the sport kids, what can they do that would be part of our enrichment programme?
Yeah, so we have a full recreational sport programme, so things like badminton, futsal, in terms of practical sport that are going on throughout the week. And we also offer additional qualifications, so things like first aid. We've done the dementia awareness training this year. We also have a sport management team within college, so similar to like a sport council at school. We have second year students who are on the sport management team. They look at things like volunteering opportunities, the recreational programme, and getting more students involved in sport. Great.
So Julie, trips, always important on travel and tourism. Can you give us a bit of an overview of the trips, the opportunities the students will get on travel? Of particular interest to Nicole, again from Darlington.
Nicole, hello. Trips, I love taking students on trips. It's something that we do right at the beginning of the course. All students will get the opportunity to go to somewhere, probably Edinburgh. We also sometimes go to York, so that's great for you to get to know everybody else. Then throughout the course there will be other opportunities. We have local opportunities, just going locally in Darlington, but we do try to do an international one, and last year we took students to Amsterdam, so hopefully we'll be able to take you somewhere.
Fantastic. Of course, we're all looking at COVID, so trips, etc. I'll all have to be within government guidelines, but we'll ensure that happens. Topic areas. I have got Abby Marie. Abby's from Teesdale, and Abby wants to know what sort of topic areas do we actually cover on the courses?
Yes, we have quite a lot of destination work. So we look at the UK as a destination, Europe and long haul destinations. We look at why tourists travel to those areas, what might put them off. There's lots in the news at the moment that we will be using to look at how that impacts on where people travel. We also look at the travel industry and working within travel. So we do look at some business style units where we look at customer service and marketing.
Joe, can you give us an overview for the sport as well as sort of topic areas?
Yeah, so very similar. We run the certain topic areas that run throughout the full 2 years on the single and the double as well. So we look at things like body systems, so the anatomy and physiology, things like bones, muscles, movements. Obviously, sports coaching is quite a big part of what we do. So in terms of practical coaching, the students coaching other students within their group. And then we also do quite a lot of work on current issues. So looking at things like racism, homophobia, why people do or don't participate in sport. And like Marie was saying, there's obviously lots going on at the minute that will tie in with that work moving forward.
Fantastic. So Julie, we've got a question from Beth. She wants to know, what sort of help do you get in class, and is it possible to get help from staff whilst students are at home?
Hi Beth. Well, firstly, let me take when you're at home. When you're at home, you are able to email us, or you can put a message on Classroom, and the message comes directly to our phones. So we are available almost all the time to answer your questions, okay? We get them straight away and we'll come back to you more or less straight away. In class, yes, obviously lots of help in class. You can obviously come to us personally and speak to us at the front, but if you don't want to do that, as you're doing your work, you can write a question to me online on the Classroom. I can actually see your work as you're doing it, and I can put comments on your work as you are typing. So lots and lots of help. In addition to that, we do actually have drop-in help sessions at a lunchtime, which you can come and be with other students, and there'll always be a teacher there to give you guidance. So lots and lots of help.
And Joe, is that exactly the same in sport?
Yes, I think that's also the good thing with Google Classroom. We can always see the students' sort of live documents. So a lot of the time students will just say, oh, can you just check through this section that I'm working on? And we can give sort of instant feedback. Obviously, outside of the classroom, we do exactly the same as Julie said. So we have help sessions or support sessions on a lunchtime. And I think the other good thing is because we all teach a lot of the units, if they do email any questions in, they can get feedback from one or another one of us straight away.
Yeah, and I think the one positive thing through COVID is how much our teaching has moved on in terms of technology. We have been teaching online for the last number of weeks. Therefore, in terms of class contact, we're doing meetings like this with our students. That's backed up by videos, presentation notes, assessment, etc., all online, which students can actually access 24 hours a day should they wish. So we're getting better at it all the time. We're already doing a fantastic job, but there's loads of help out there in terms of technology. So 100% support in class, 150% support outside of class. We're really doing well on that. Skills. There's a question about skills needed, Marie, to come onto the course. Is there anything we're looking for from our students in particular?
We would like our students to be organised and to take part. A lot of the time we know that you might not know the right answer, or think that you don't know the right answer. We just like you to take part and have a go at it. But good communication skills, good organisation skills, and being honest with us if you need help, to actually ask for help and not leave it till the last minute.
Is there anything specific in sport, Joe? Because sport, you know, they have to do some coaching. Any other skills that they actually need, or is it very generalised as well?
Yeah, I would say there's nothing in particular that we would say a student has to have coming in. I think because of the way we deliver the course, one thing I'd say we're quite good at is getting to know the students very early on. So we can look at different students, look at what their strengths, maybe areas for improvement are, and then tailor sort of the delivery around that, especially with the coaching. If someone maybe isn't as confident as someone else, we can look at them delivering that coaching one-to-one, so we can sort of tailor it around different students' strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, the one thing I would say in terms of skills is not only do we get you a good academic qualification, but in the feedback we've had from our students, which you can access through the college website, is how many skills they actually develop whilst they're on the course. Those softer skills of time management, problem solving, working with others, down to things like confidence as well. On pretty well every one of the profiles, the students have come back and said how positive the course is in terms of developing skills and giving them skills that equip them for going on to university, onto their apprenticeships, or onto life in general. So it's a fantastic course, whether it's travel or sport, in terms of developing those skills. And the difference with our students is not only do we do things theoretically, we actually put them into practice in practical situations, whether it's going out to deliver an entertainment session in travel and tourism or deliver a coaching session in sport. We actually develop skills with our students all the time. So both fantastic courses for being able to do that. Hey Julie, I have a question from Cameron. Cameron lives in Darlington. He wants to know how much time do we actually have contact time with teachers per week?
Hi Cameron, you would have 5 hours contact time on the single course and 10 hours contact time on the double course. Usually that would be with a couple of teachers.
And Paul, is that the same for sport?
Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah, 5 hours on the single and 10 on the double. Obviously, as previously mentioned by Joe, we obviously offer a lot of help outside that time as well.
Yeah, that's important to say. Although you get 5 or 10 hours contact time, there is support there from your staff at other times. Julie's already mentioned the drop-in workshops at lunchtime, so there is time where you can actually get additional help. A question from Cameron from Darlington. Cameron wants to know what our students actually move on to in life. I'll take this question. So Cameron, as I said earlier, our students move on to lots of different areas. It could be employment, it could be apprenticeships, or it could be university. We have students going into all 3 areas. In terms of career areas, again, they're very, very different. Our courses are very much a stepping stone to their future. They're good level 3 courses that gain good UCAS points. So our students go into things such as business management, we've got nurses, we've got teachers, we've got accountants, we've got people working in cabin crew, we've got hotel managers, a very, very diverse group of career areas. And it's something for everybody. So if you view our courses as a stepping stone to your future, anything's possible. Okay, last couple of questions. I've got a question from Tom Joe. He wants to know, what are our results like?
Yeah, so in the year just gone, we had in sport, we had 100% pass rate, and we also had 94% high grades. So high grades being distinction star or distinction.
So that's equivalent to A's and A stars, A's and B's.
Yeah, at A level, yeah.
Okay, Julie, pass rates for Jess on travel.
Jess, our pass rates are fantastic. 100% pass rate and 94% high grade, the same as sport. So I'll say that again, 100% pass rate and 94% higher grades. You know, you're really going to struggle to get another course where grades are so good. So please do consider us, because we are a passport to university, because universities really mainly want the grades. That's what they're going to ask you when you go. And you're going to get, potentially 94% of you are going to get higher grades on this course.
Okay, in terms of finding out more information, Joe, we use a huge amount of social media. And as our social media guru, would you like to share the contact details so students can follow us to find out more?
Yeah, it's only because I'm the youngest. So in terms of the social media that we have separate accounts for sport and leisure and travel. So you can follow us for sport it's at QE_sport leisure, all one word. And travel is at QE_travel. And we have a joint Instagram account, which is QE_sport_travel.
Fantastic. So that's sport and travel. 100% pass rate and 94% higher grades on both courses. Both courses offer fantastic opportunities for students to move on, whether it's university, apprenticeships, or the workplace. But it's not just about what we say. Have a look on the college website. You'll find out what our former travel and sports students think about us, and their views are probably more important than ours. We'd be delighted to see you in September. We're wishing you all a happy and safe summer and look forward to meeting you in the new term. So take care for now. Bye from us.